Hello, hello. Welcome to Heal and Ascend to Row. So this is the second time I'm having to film this video just because I've had some things kind of distract me, so I'm starting over. Hopefully we get through this whole reading. It usually isn't very long reading, but we'll see how it goes. We're going to be taking a look at what the Divine Masculine currently isn't telling you, okay? So this is a general reading, so take the messages if they resonate. However, we are going to be taking a look at what's going on with the Divine Masculine, especially for those of you who are not in communication or who are in very little communication. This could still resonate for those of you who are in communication. Maybe there's just things that they're not telling you. Okay, so we are going to be taking a closer look as to what's going on with the Divine Masculine. But I am going to start off with Mystic Moon's Twin Flame Oracle deck, which can be found on her Etsy shop, okay? So let's take a look here. What's currently going on with the Divine Masculine at this time? Okay, what's going on with Divine Masculine at this time, Spirit? Okay, so where's the Divine Masculine at on his journey? All right, so let's take a look. We have winter, okay, mirroring, cycles, and fear. Okay, so what Divine Masculine isn't telling you is that he's mirroring your energy right now, okay? And so a lot of you Divine Feminines are in a state of fear, okay? Especially as for those of you who are coming close into union, a lot of fears and a lot of triggers can come up that need to be cycled out, okay? What the Divine Masculine isn't telling you right now is that he is feeling stuck. Okay, there's something here that seems to be keeping the Divine Masculine stuck at this time, whether it's a career, it's a person, it's a family member, a fear as well, you know, a mental conflict. There is something that is keeping the Divine Masculine stuck in time, okay? I am getting called to take a look at the mixed emotions cards though, and maybe get a closer look as to what is keeping the masculine stuck, okay? All right, Spirit, so what's going on here? What is keeping Divine Masculine stuck at this time? What is keeping Divine Masculine stuck? Okay. All right. So we have fulfilled. Yeah. There's something where the masculine is just not feeling completely fulfilled in his own life at this time. Okay. So, and that's what's keeping the Divine Masculine maybe stuck from coming towards you. Okay. This is someone who wants to feel complete, wants to feel whole, wants to feel fulfilled and at peace before he enters into a connection with his feminine, or a relationship rather with his feminine. Okay, so there's something here where he feels like there's more he needs to do. Maybe there's more things in the world that he needs to see. Maybe there's other jobs that he needs to explore. It seems to be like there's other things that he wants to do in this world so that he can feel fulfilled before he does come forward to the feminine. Okay, there is something here where the Divine Masculine does seem to be mirroring you at this point in time. All right, so I want to take a look as to what this is about. Spirit, tell me about this mirroring for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. What is this about? What is this mirroring for? Service. Okay, this is about giving to others. All right, so what I'm actually getting from this card, which is very interesting, is that the feminines, okay, and this is what I'm saying about cycles still needing to be closed out, the feminines have a tendency to overgive, right? Now, that's not necessarily what the service card is, but I'm pulling it and I'm seeing it as this way. I'm seeing this as the Divine Feminines have a tendency to give, and then get exhausted and build resentment for the masculine or whoever it is that they're giving to in their lives. Okay, what seems to be happening is the Divine Feminines are still sort of stuck in a cycle of giving and giving without giving back to themselves, okay? So what's happening is the Divine Masculine is actually mirroring you by giving to other situations. So remember that when you push your energy onto the masculine, the energy that you push onto them, they have to actually put onto someone else or another situation. They can't come towards you, and that's why there's the push-pull. So as you push onto the masculine, they pull and they go towards someone else or something else. Okay, so I still feel like there's something around that where the masculine is being pulled in another direction because the feminine is almost giving too much. Now, it doesn't mean that you're giving too much love. This could mean that maybe you're thinking about your divine masculine too much. Maybe there's attachment that's still going on. Okay, so that's what I'm still seeing here. Let's take a look at this cycles. Okay, we're going to use the Psychic Tarot. All right, Spirit, tell me about cycles. Okay, so what is divine masculine not telling the divine feminine at this time in regards to cycles? We have, yeah, authority. So this is actually the Emperor. Okay, this is about stability, but it's also about stubborn energy. Every time I see this card in this specific deck, I always see someone who's extremely stubborn, very much stuck in his ways. Okay, so this is a cycle that divine masculine is having a really hard time breaking. Okay, so for a lot of you, your divine masculine isn't telling you that he does want to change. Okay, he is trying to change, but this cycle of being very stubborn and caught up in his old ways seems to be something that is very difficult for him to break. I'm also getting the message that a lot of divine masculines grew up with fathers who are very overbearing, and you know, either they picked up very similar energy or they have a tendency to run away from anyone who is overbearing. Okay, so hence they run away from a feminine who's maybe trying to give too much or is too attached to the situation. Okay, so there's something here about this cycle of stubbornness that needs to be closed out for the masculines. All right, so Spirit, let's take a look at fear. All right, so what is divine masculine not telling the divine feminine in terms of fear? What is he fearful of? Okay, the Moon in reverse. Okay, so just confirming that there definitely are a lot of deep subconscious fears. All right, so these are fears that I'm actually getting the masculine isn't even aware of. Okay, the Moon talks about subconscious fear, so that's normally things that we're just triggered. You know, when we get triggered, the whole point of this journey is to get triggered so that we can actually move through that energy. However, the divine masculine isn't necessarily aware of that. A lot of them aren't aware of that. So what happens is when the divine feminine and the divine masculine come together, they trigger each other's subconscious wounds and fears, and that's what's coming up for the masculine. So he's not telling you that he's actually being very triggered by this connection at this point. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper into this though. Yeah, Four of Cups. So he's fearing rejection. So for a lot of you, when your divine masculine runs from you, what's actually happening is he's not running from you. He's running from his fear of rejection. And this is something that I don't even think he's completely aware of, to the point, because it's a very deep subconscious thing. It's something that's been programmed into his mind and into his more so into his subconscious mind from a very early age. Okay, and like I said, a lot of it has to do with a father figure that has created this pattern for the masculine, and they still haven't broke that cycle of fear of rejection. So this is what's happening. The divine masculine seems to be pulling away from the feminine because of that fear of rejection. And for the feminines, the feminine has still some codependency issues that need to be worked on, where the feminine's giving too much and needs to stop giving so much, because in giving, you're actually taking away from yourself and you're not putting yourself first. Okay? All right, so let's take a closer look as to what the divine masculine is not telling you, okay? Whoops. All right, Spirit, tell me about the divine masculine, okay? What is the divine masculine not telling the divine feminine at this time? Okay. What is the divine masculine currently hiding from the feminine? Fulfillment. Hey, didn't we not just get that card? I think we did. Yeah, look at this. So there's something really big here about the divine masculine just not feeling fulfilled in his own life. You know, for a masculine, they do really want to feel like they can offer something to the feminine. And it's really tough to, you know, start a love connection, especially when you do love someone so deeply, to start a connection with someone when deep down you don't feel like you're even fulfilled yourself. And if you notice that there's a cup here, this cup is only half filled. Okay, this cup is only half filled. And I think for the masculine, the problem is that they want to offer something that is more stable. They want to have a full cup. And right now, they're not fulfilled. And like I said, a lot of these masculines want to experience more life. They want to maybe build up their careers. They want to build up their confidence, that kind of thing. So they still need time to feel fulfilled. And so this is what your divine masculine just isn't telling you right now. So maybe feminines, you just don't know this, but this is obviously a big message because it's coming up twice. All right, so what else do we have for the masculine? What is divine masculine? What is divine masculine not telling divine feminine at this time? Look at this, guys, confidence. It's interesting this comes out again because, as I said, I did the reading earlier and I had to cut it out, but the confidence card came out too. So what the divine masculine isn't telling you at this time is that he doesn't feel confident enough right now. He doesn't feel worthy enough for you. He has noticed, though, that you have really built up your confidence, okay? You've become stronger through this journey, and he wants to be at the same level as you, okay? He does see that you're fulfilled in your own life, and you've really just kind of found your peace. And he admires that about you, but it also reminds him that his cup is still half full. It's almost like when he looks at you, he realizes that he still has a lot more work to do. And it's kind of a bittersweet feeling because while he is proud of you for everything you've done, it's just a reminder that he still has so much further to go. Okay? So a lot of you, there's just a need for him to feel more confident at this point. He doesn't feel quite confident around you. And we have the High Priestess of Air. All right, so your divine masculine is not telling you that he is actually becoming very, very intuitive, extremely intuitive. He's also realizing a lot of these masculines are coming into the realization that they are in a very soul-based connection. Okay, some of them are aware that you actually are their twin flame. A lot of them are coming into that realization, whether they're starting to look it up online or they're running into the terminology in some way. If divine or spirit wants them to know what this connection truly is in terms of the terminology, then that's what's happening for a lot of the divine masculines right now, okay? The other thing they're not telling you is that they're really connecting with you intuitively at this point in time, okay? So they are getting signs and messages of you, and they're connecting with you extremely right now in the 5D reality. So for some of you, if you are in no communication, they're still keeping communication going in the 5D, okay? All right, beautiful. All right, so how are divine masculines currently feeling about their divine feminines at this time? All right, what are they not telling the divine feminines in terms of how they are feeling? Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So divine masculine is not telling you right now that he is trying to be very open as to what this connection is. Okay, I think in the beginning when the two of you met, there was this energy of maybe he put you in a category. Maybe he didn't recognize who you were. Okay, his mind has now expanded. He's more open to what this connection is, and he's much more open of who you are as a person, okay? Because I do feel like the masculine did put you in a box as to who you might be in his life, and now he's starting to open up and expand his ideas, especially if he is coming into the realization that you are his twin flame. Okay, and we have trust. What divine masculine isn't telling you is that he knows that he broke your trust. He's aware that he broke your trust. I'm also getting he doesn't know how to fix it. And that's because he is lacking that confidence at this point in time, and he's also just not feeling fulfilled. So a lot of the divine masculines have broke your trust in the past because they just weren't feeling fulfilled, right? When you're trying to start a connection with someone and your cup is half full, it's just never going to work because it is going to turn into a very codependent type of relationship, okay? So he knows trust has been broken. He doesn't know how to fix it, all right? Yeah, but a lot of these divine masculines are ready to make the effort, okay? They want to make the effort towards you. It's saying here, great love is worth taking the steps to you're guided to take. Okay? So let's see what else Divine Masculine is keeping from you. All right, what's going on with the masculines? Rejection. See, oh my gosh, guys, did I not just say this? Look at this. What we were talking about, and I'm so glad I put these cards to the side and saved them, because this is exactly what I said. What he's not telling you is that he has a very strong fear of rejection. He does not want to be rejected by you. And so what's very interesting about the masculine is their way of coping with avoiding fear of rejection is to just avoid the connection completely. So instead of being rejected by you, they'd rather just pull out and not have to worry about you doing it first, essentially, okay? Or they'll do things to sabotage the connection because they feel like rejection is inevitable. But again, that's a cycle that they need to close out. That's a thought pattern. That's a subconscious belief that they're still trying to overcome. Okay, but again, a lot of them do still have this fear of rejection that they're not telling you at this point. And again, that's what's triggering their confidence level and their feeling of not being fulfilled right now, okay? Joy. See, exactly. Divine masculines are still just not feeling happy. They're trying to find their happiness, but they're not happy. For a lot of you guys, this is also the masculine's way of telling you that you bring them so much joy, okay? You bring them so much joy because this is a feminine energy. This is a feminine on the card. So the divine masculine isn't telling you that you actually make him very happy, okay? But the problem, what's getting in the way of him being able to stick around is that fear of rejection. It's I'm getting a very self-sabotaging type energy. Okay, what else do we have here? What's going on with the divine masculine spirit? What's going on with divine masculines? Miracle. Guys, your divine masculine is praying for a freaking miracle because he knows he has broke your trust, okay? He knows he has broke your trust. He knows he has done wrong by you, especially for those who are in no communication. And right now, what he's not telling you is he's literally praying for a miracle to bring this connection back together because he doesn't understand why he messed it up. And that's why he needs to come into the realization of his own patterns. Okay, when it comes to dating, when it comes to love, the moment he feels that love, he runs, and it has to do with his fear of rejection. Okay, and that's something that he is coming into the understanding of, but he's not quite aware as to why he does what he does. Okay. All right, so what's the message here for the divine feminines from their divine masculine? All right, what's the message here? And oh yeah, guys, if you wanted to book a personalized reading with me, head over to healandascendtarot.com. Everything's down below because I don't think I mentioned that in the beginning of the reading. Okay, so this is resonating with you, then feel free to book a reading that's personalized for you. Okay, so what does divine masculine want the divine feminine to know that he's not telling her at this time? Yeah, see? Okay, guys, this is beautiful. Something is still missing for me, and I'm trying to figure out what that is. Guys, look what we saw here. Sorry, my cards are like... I'm so happy that I saved these cards. But remember how we got this issue around fulfillment? Sorry about that. I don't know why the camera went out. We were only like 20 minutes in. But anyway, so it gave me time to find this other card. But we are talking here about the masculine not feeling fulfilled. And this is exactly what it is. We have the masculine not telling you that there's something still missing for me and I'm trying to figure out what that is. That's that other half of the cup. What divine masculine isn't realizing is he's looking everywhere else for his fulfillment, and soon he will realize through this journey that his fulfillment is found within. His fulfillment is also found in a connection with his divine feminine. He has a belief that he has to have everything together before he can come to his divine feminine, and that is a false belief. Okay, that is a very 3D based belief where the divine masculine has to provide for the divine feminine in all these ways. And while that's amazing, that's not what that's not what a spiritual connection is about. Okay, the divine masculine doesn't need anything outside of him to fulfill him, but that's something that he's still trying to figure out. Okay, he doesn't realize that this missing feeling that he has is actually his longing for his own soul. So that's something that he needs to definitely sort out, okay? But that's what he's not telling you. Yeah, I got spooked. Why? Because I have that fear of rejection still, divine feminine. It's not that I don't love you, because I do, right? I do love you, but I got spooked. Okay? Last message from the Divine Masculines. I wish I could take back the things I've said. So for a lot of you, you know, the masculine does realize that he has broken your trust. He's praying for a miracle, and at the end of the day, he wishes that he could take back the things that he said and done. But Spirit is saying that everything that was said, everything that was done was meant to happen for growth and for the lessons for both the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine. Okay? So please understand that you can't go backwards on this journey. You can't do anything wrong. You're always growing. You're always expanding. And remember, this is your own soul, right? Especially, okay, for those of you who are twin flames, this is not a soulmate connection. For those of you who are twin flames, you share a soul, okay? So at the end of the day, only your soul can grow. So there's nothing you can do wrong on this journey. You know, sometimes it might feel like you're taking a step back, but you're not actually. You're not actually taking a step back. It just might feel like that in the 3D world. Okay, so I do hope that this reading was helpful. This is what your Divine Masculine wasn't telling you. Again, if you want to book a personalized reading, head down below. All right, so sending you guys light and love. Stay hydrated, eat healthy, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.